Steve Harvey's journey to uncover his roots has touched the hearts of many. After years of searching, he has finally traced his ancestry back to the Zulu tribe of Africa. This discovery is more than a family tree. Milestone, it's a deeply emotional connection to history and identity. Meeting the Zulu king and learning of his descent from Shaka Zulu marked a powerful turning point. Harvey was welcomed in a traditional ceremony that honored his new place among the tribe's lineage. His story shows how tracing heritage can bring a sense of belonging and pride, connecting past and present in a meaningful way. This moment brought clarity and a deeper sense of identity as the king carefully revealed the roots that tie Harvey to one of Africa's most respected lineages. By linking Steve Harvey to Shaka Zulu, the king acknowledged a bond that goes beyond mere ancestry. It ties Harvey to a legacy of strength, courage, and leadership. The meeting with the Zulu king, a moment of revelation. Steve Harvey's meeting with the Zulu king was a profound experience that unlocked the story of his heritage. The king's explanation of Steve Harvey's heritage. The Zulu king shared the story of Steve Harvey as a descendant of Shaka Zulu, an iconic figure in African history. Shaka Zulu was not just a warrior. He was a visionary leader who transformed the Zulu tribe into a powerful nation in the early 19th century. His influence reshaped the region through strategic leadership and cultural reforms that still resonate today. The king traced Harvey's family line through oral histories and tribal records, connecting him with Shaka's bloodline. This lineage carries great honor and responsibility. Cultural insights shared during the meeting. They showed how traditions shape identity, and how belonging to the Zulu tribe brings both pride and purpose. The experience was not just about finding a name, but about feeling the heartbeat of a people whose story now becomes part of his own. During their time together, the king shared several important cultural traditions and values that illustrate Steve Harvey's connection to his Zulu roots. Some highlights of what was shared include more than a name on a family tree. This link ties him to a history that shaped a nation. Understanding Shaka Zulu's legacy and what this means for Steve brings fresh perspective on identity, pride, and responsibility. His weapon improvements and drills boosted the soldiers' speed and tight teamwork. As a leader, he transformed a scattered group of clans into a united and powerful nation in southern Africa during the early 1800s. His rule left marks in ceremonies, songs, and stories that continue to define Zulu culture today. His approach to leadership was bold and imaginative, putting the Zulu people on a path toward strength and survival. His ideas about strength, honor, and leadership still inspire many. Respect for elders and community. The Zulu people place great value on honoring their elders, who serve as keepers of wisdom and tradition. Unity and family bonds. The tribe views family as the cornerstone of society, with ties that extend far beyond the nuclear family to the larger clan. Ceremonial rites and customs. Specific rituals welcome new members into the tribe, symbolizing acceptance and the passing of cultural knowledge. He created systems to manage resources and loyalty, turning the tribe into a cohesive kingdom, warrior, spirit, and protection. The legacy of Shaka Zulu includes a deep commitment to protecting one's people and standing firm in the face of challenges. Connection to the land. The Zulu understand themselves as stewards of their environment, nurturing their homeland with a sense of sacred duty. These insights helped Steve Harvey grasp the depth of his heritage in a way history books alone could never do. Steve Harvey's connection to the Zulu legacy. Discovering his roots in the Zulu tribe has opened a new chapter for Steve Harvey. Shaka Zulu's legacy and influence. Shaka Zulu was a man who changed the course of history. Some key points about Shaka's impact include military innovation. he introduced new tactics, such as the bullhorn formation, making the Zulu army one of the most feared forces in the region. Nation building. Beyond war, Shaka forged a sense of unity and identity among the Zulu clans. Cultural shifts. Shaka changed social customs, establishing traditions that celebrated bravery, loyalty, and discipline. Lasting influence. The foundation Shaka built carried through generations, influencing how the Zulu people see themselves and their history. Shaka was more than a warrior king. His vision redefined a people and set standards that ripple through time, making his name a symbol of power and pride. What this heritage means for Steve Harvey. Learning about a direct connection to Shaka Zulu can change how Steve Harvey sees himself and his role in the world. It's not just about discovering lineage, it's about feeling part of a larger story filled with meaning. This heritage brings several important dimensions. Personal identity. Steve now carries a link to one of Africa's most legendary leaders. This realization can deepen his self-awareness, offering a richer sense of who he is and where he comes from. It connects Steve to a culture that honors courage, community, and resilience. Cultural pride. Knowing he shares blood with the Zulu tribe sparks pride in traditions and values that have endured for centuries. It can inspire audiences to explore their backgrounds and celebrate their history boldly. Responsibility. Such a connection often comes with a sense of duty. It's a story that promises to enrich his journey, both personally and publicly. As he walks with the weight and joy of his ancestors behind him, Steve may feel called to honor the legacy by sharing stories, supporting cultural causes, or simply living with the bravery and integrity Shaka represented. Public influence. As a public figure, Steve's embrace of this heritage can uplift others searching for their roots. These men and women are not just authority figures. They are the living links to ancestral wisdom. As they gathered, their attendance symbolized approval and acceptance from the heart of the community. Bridging worlds. This discovery links Steve's modern life with ancient heritage. It's a bridge between continents, histories, and generations, creating space for new conversations about identity and belonging. In finding his place in the Zulu lineage, Steve Harvey steps into a story of strength and honor. The elders' respectful demeanor and the leaders' formal greetings showed a deep honor for Steve, acknowledging his ties to the Zulu, past and future. Their silent approval spoke louder than words, welcoming him not just as a guest, but as a genuine son of Africa. The traditional welcome ceremony, honoring a new son of Africa. When Steve Harvey was embraced by the Zulu tribe, the moment was marked by a deeply meaningful ceremony. The colors and patterns are not mere decoration. They stand for virtues like courage, wisdom, and leadership. Wearing these clothes connects him outwardly and inwardly to the tribe. This welcome was more than just a formal gesture. It was a powerful expression of belonging, respect, and connection. It is a powerful moment that links Steve to the spirits who guard the tribe and honor its members. It showed that Steve was no longer separate, but part of the tribal rhythm. The event brought together many faces of Zulu tradition, with leaders and elders honoring Steve as a new member of their community. Each ritual step was a thread in the story of connection, respect, and belonging. For Steve Harvey, this was more than a moment to remember, it was a moment to carry forward for life. These traditions link the present moment with centuries of Zulu identity. Every detail carried weight. These acts are believed to cleanse and protect, signaling that Steve joins the tribe with pure heart and good intentions. The ceremonies, practices, and symbols spoke volumes, showing how the tribe honors heritage and kinship in ways that touch the soul. Gathering of traditional leaders. The presence of traditional leaders and elders carried great weight in the ceremony. the elders play several key roles. These beads represent ties to family and community, a visible sign that Steve is now woven into the fabric of the tribe. Guides and keepers of history, their memories hold the stories of generations, passed down through years of storytelling and ritual. Custodians of culture, they ensure that traditions are honored and the tribe's values are upheld. Symbols of authority, their presence affirms the ceremony's legitimacy and the welcome's sincerity. For Steve Harvey, standing among these respected figures meant that he was being recognized as part of a lineage, not a visitor. Ceremonial practices and symbolism. The welcome ceremony followed rituals, rich with meaning, each step designed to mark Steve Harvey's acceptance into the tribe. Some of the key ceremonial elements included traditional attire. Steve was dressed in vibrant, hand-woven garments that reflect Zulu craftsmanship. Rituals of blessing. Elders performed ancient rites involving chants, songs, and the burning of herbs. Beads and symbols. Beaded necklaces and bracelets were presented, each carrying symbolic messages. Libation offering. The pouring of a traditional drink onto the earth called upon the ancestors, inviting their presence to witness this new bond, dance, and celebration. The ceremony closed with joyful singing and dancing, a physical expression of welcome and unity. Through these practices, the welcome went beyond formalities. It was a ceremony that touched the heart and soul. The broader impact, connecting African diaspora with roots. Steve Harvey's discovery of his ancestry in the Zulu tribe goes beyond personal history. It opens a door for many in the African diaspora to reconnect with their origins. This kind of connection builds bridges among people, cultures, and generations. For people separated from their ancestral lands, learning where they come from gives deep cultural meaning. It fills gaps left by years of disconnection caused by history. It helps individuals see themselves as part of a larger story, tied to meaningful traditions and shared experiences. Strengthening cultural identity. Finding your roots can bring a powerful sense of identity and pride. When individuals reconnect with their heritage, they often gain a clearer sense of who they are. Knowing your lineage offers a foundation for understanding oneself. Renewed pride in cultural practices, traditional customs, language, art, and values take on fresh significance. Stronger community ties. Shared history brings people closer and strengthens bonds across distances. Confidence rooted in history. Recognizing your place in a cultural story builds self-esteem and a sense of belonging. For communities, this revival of identity can lead to a resurgence of cultural celebrations and traditions, the passing of knowledge to younger generations. It shows how tracing back through history can lift spirits, deepen roots, and strengthen cultural self-awareness for entire groups. Efforts to preserve language and customs. His story encourages others in the African diaspora to take steps toward finding their own beginnings. A heightened awareness of collective history and heritage. Steve Harvey's discovery acts as a powerful example, inspiring others to trace their heritage. Steve Harvey's journey shines a light on how uncovering roots can be a transformative experience. It can spark conversations at home about where families really come from. It can motivate individuals to visit ancestral lands and experience cultures firsthand. By sharing his path publicly, Steve offers a clear message. This connection reveals a deep link to a proud history filled with strength, honor, and community. The welcome by the Zulu king and elders shows that heritage is more than facts. It is a bond that carries meaning and purpose. This opens the door for a larger movement where people reconnect with Africa, not just as a place on a map, but as a vital part of their identity and pride. Steve's journey honors the legacy of his ancestors, while inspiring others to explore their own origins. Holding on to these roots and sharing them boldly will help future generations stand strong, proud of who they are and where they come from. Heritage matters. It isn't just about ancestry, but about embracing who you are. It's possible to reconnect. Even after generations, tracing heritage is within reach. Pride and identity grow from knowledge. Understanding the past enriches the present. Cultural ties can heal old wounds. Finding roots bridges gaps created by time and distance. His example can inspire families to look into DNA tests, oral histories, tribal records, and cultural research. By uncovering his link to the Zulu tribe, Steve Harvey encourages countless others to explore their heritage with courage and curiosity. Steve Harvey's discovery of his roots in the Zulu tribe is a powerful reminder of how heritage shapes identity. This story encourages us all to value our past and keep traditions alive.